Ever wondered why your EV battery isn't lasting as long as you'd hoped? Well, you're not alone. Today we dive into what can ruin electric vehicle batteries and why sometimes they just don't seem to go the distance. First up is temperature extremes. Batteries, much like us humans, prefer to exist in a Goldilocks zone of temperature, not too hot, not too cold, just right. Extreme heat can cause the battery's internal components to degrade faster, reducing its overall lifespan. On the other hand, freezing temperatures can cause the battery to work harder, draining it faster, and also shortening its lifespan. Next, we have overcharging. Imagine your battery as a glass of water. If you keep pouring water even after the glass is full, it's going to spill over, right? Similarly, when you overcharge your EV battery, it can cause spilling in the form of heat and gas buildup, which can damage the battery. Overcharging can also lead to a condition known as battery swelling, which can significantly impact the battery's performance and safety. Deep discharging is another factor. This is when you drain your battery down to zero or near zero levels. While it might seem like a good idea to use every last drop of juice, it can actually harm your battery in the long run. Deep discharging can strain the battery and decrease its overall capacity. Then we have high discharge rates. This is when you draw a lot of power from the battery in a short amount of time, like when you're flooring the accelerator or climbing steep hills. High discharge rates can heat up the battery and accelerate the wear and tear on its internal components. Lastly, there's age. Just like a fine wine, batteries do age, but unlike wine, they don't get better with time. The chemical reactions that power the battery slowly degrade its components over time, reducing its ability to hold a charge. This is a natural process and is something that all batteries, not just EV batteries, experience. It's also worth noting that these factors often work together in a vicious cycle. For example, overcharging can lead to high temperatures, which can accelerate aging, which in turn can make the battery more susceptible to damage from overcharging or deep discharging. So those are some of the most common culprits that can shorten your EV battery's life. But don't worry, there are ways to combat these issues and prolong your battery life. Stay tuned for our next segment where we'll dive into the best practices for maintaining your EV battery's health and longevity. Now that we know what can damage our precious EV batteries, let's move on to how we can keep them healthy and running longer. First off, it's important to keep your EV battery away from extreme temperatures. Just like Goldilocks, your battery prefers conditions that are not too hot, not too cold, but just right. Constant exposure to high temperatures can cause your battery to overheat, leading to a decrease in overall capacity. On the other hand, freezing conditions can slow down the chemical reactions within the battery, reducing its performance. So if you can, try to park your EV in a shaded spot during summer and somewhere warmer during winter. Next, let's look at charging habits. Overcharging or deeply discharging your battery can lead to a condition called battery stress. It's like when you're running on empty or when you're overstuffed. Neither feels good, right? The same applies to your EV battery. To avoid this, it's recommended to keep your battery's state of charge between 20 and 80%. This practice, known as the 20-80 rule, can significantly extend the lifespan of your EV battery. Now you might be thinking, but I bought an electric vehicle to enjoy that instant torque and fast acceleration. And yes, while EVs are indeed known for their high discharge rates, frequently pushing your vehicle to its limits can strain the battery. So, to prolong your EV battery's life, try to limit the use of high discharge rates to when you really need that extra boost. In addition to these practices, regular maintenance can also play a significant role in prolonging your EV battery life. This includes things like getting your battery inspected regularly and keeping your EV software up to date. Regular software updates often include improvements that can optimize the performance and efficiency of your battery. But wait, there's more. Did you know that your driving habits can also affect your EV battery life? Smooth and steady driving can help maintain your battery's health. So try to avoid sudden acceleration and hard braking whenever possible. And lastly, don't forget the importance of proper battery storage. If you plan to leave your EV idle for an extended period, make sure the battery is at about 50% charge. This can help prevent capacity loss and keep your battery in good shape. There you have it. By being mindful of these practices, your EV battery can have a long and healthy life. Remember, taking care of your EV battery doesn't just save you money, it also contributes to a more sustainable future for all of us.